It's natural to feel like you're on a treadmill because our happy chemicals evolved to motivate survival behavior. They did not evolve to be on all the time for no reason. And that often leads people to feel like they're on a treadmill where you have to keep doing more. And you may have gotten this impression that I shouldn't have to do more. I should be happy just doing nothing. Everybody else should be happy doing nothing. But that's not how our brain works. And people who think I shouldn't have to do anything to be happy, they often end up depressed. Maybe they think, oh, well, I'm superior. I'm morally superior. That's why I don't need to do anything. Well, they're getting serotonin from telling themselves that they're morally superior. And you don't even know what they're doing when you're not looking that's triggering the other chemicals. But I've read a lot of biographies. So a lot of people who have these perfectionist worldviews are not really living them. So the bottom line is self-acceptance. To know that my brain will only give me a little bit of reward chemical and then it's going to stop. So I'm not going to feel good all the time, but I don't have to feel like this high all the time. So I created a word for that, which is neutral. It's like a car that's in neutral. It doesn't need to be in forward, but when you're not in forward, it doesn't mean you're in reverse, you're in neutral. So without being on a high doesn't mean I have to be depressed or stressed. But what neutral is opportunity, because it means my brain is open for the next opportunity. And that's the job my brain evolved to look around and say, what's the next best way to meet my survival needs? And when I see it, I'm like, that's it. And then I feel good and I'm off to that next thing. Now, when people who say it's bad to be chasing the next thing all the time, well, chase something different. It's bad to chase the same thing all the time, but it's not bad to have a variety of projects and to get excited about them. So when people say, oh, everybody's just chasing money, everybody's not chasing money. Somebody in your past was chasing money and you resented them for it. And maybe now you feel one down because they're making more money than you. So you resent them chasing money, but everybody's doing it in some way. For example, if a person wins the Olympics or wins the Academy Award for Best Actor, then they chase more of that. So the person who won an Olympic medal, they will train for another 4 years to the point of doing permanent injury to get another medal that they don't need because they never learned another way to stimulate themselves. So instead of criticizing other people, discover your own treadmill and then make conscious decisions about it. So I have to say that when I finish writing a book, I can't wait to write another book. So I like writing books, but then I say, well, probably that's not a good idea for me to keep doing the same thing. So I say, okay, I'm going to wait a year before I write another book, a year or two, and I'm going to spend that year sort of marketing, which I don't like. So it's like that's the but then during that time, giving myself variety. Then I'm working on the book and then it's like, well, why do I like writing the book? So you break it down into parts. What's the reward I get? What would be other ways of getting that reward without repeating that one behavior? And a famous example of that is a person who's maybe overworked to the point of hurting their health and then retires and then finds another realm in which they can use their skills and get the same satisfactions in a different way.